Hello everybody, it's me, Get Daved, and let's have a channel update, shall we? So, it's a couple days earlier. Normally I like to procrastinate it into the first few days of the next month because procrastination, it's an end in and of itself. But I wanted to give people a heads up because I've made a change of plans which renders some of what I said in the last update a lie. So, I'm putting off Fire Emblem Fates. I'm really sorry for everybody who was looking forward to it, which is really me. I was looking forward to it. I was already kind of torn because XCOM 2 and Fire Emblem are kind of similar, at least in terms of game mechanics. Thematically kind of different. One is happy, the other is the opposite of pleasure and joy. I'm actually having a lot of fun playing XCOM 2 again. But this game came out, and we'll talk about it in a minute. Also got to talk about Master of Orion, because people keep asking me about it. So, the game, I think what I'm having is a null pointer exception that is timing out, and it's tied to a very specific fleet, because it happens every time the game processes my fleet. There's a 15-second timeout that happens, and then the game can be played again. And there's a couple other glitches too. So, what I did is I've already recorded a little bit of the next episode, and it'll be the last one, and I'm going to try to, I sort of recorded, or played a bit off camera, and I'm going to try to capture Orion. That's kind of buggy too. Last time, maybe they patched it, but last time I went to fight the Guardian, I couldn't actually, view the fight, because that was all messed up. But anyway, we'll try to check the boxes. When the game's out of early access, I will be Let's Playing it again. I'll probably suspend everything I'm doing to do it, because it's Master of Orion, and I really like what they've done. Some people are a little touchy, but I mean, that's early access. Early access is playing the game with these bugs, and early access, for the developer's point of view, is getting hate you don't deserve because you put out an unfinished product. I imagine selling a car without brakes. Actually, that has happened, kind of, and it did have seriously negative repercussions, so there you go. The other thing is, so Fire Emblem Fates got pushed. It's going to start when XCOM 2 is done, replacing the tactical niche, because we're going to do Hyperlight Drifter, coming March 31st, PC and Mac, Heart Machine. We're doing it because it is so cool. I remember seeing this game at PAX East 2014 in Boston, and there was the indie section, and at the corner was Hyperlight Drifter, and there was just this ball of people all checking it out, and I was like, oh, I really want to play the game. And then I saw the swarm, this permanent group of 100 people huddled around this one TV at the corner, and thinking, well, never mind, I'm not waiting around for that. But it's a super cool game, amazing pixel art. If you're like, oh, I'm not into retro stuff, are you into pleasure? Are you into having a good time? Because that's what this is about. Even if you're thinking it's not your cup of tea, you seriously got to check it out. It's like Zelda, but if Zelda is a song written in a major key, this is Zelda written in a minor key. A little bit less happy, but not without beauty. Sci-fi, kind of cyberpunky, or at least with some sort of dystopian kind of vibe to everything. And man, it's cool. I'm super excited to share it. So that's going to be coming in 2 days, depending on when you watch this and when I upload it. So sorry for everybody who is super pumped about Fire Emblem Fates. It's still going to happen. I'm still excited to do it. We're going to be playing the Revelation path. I'm currently playing through Birthright, and this is all good. It's all good. So let's talk about updates for the game. This was actually a super productive month. Got the process started to incorporate to make a business. To make a busy. This is the GDC YouTube channel and a presentation by Alexander Bruce, the guy who made Antechamber, on stuff he learned. And one of the things he talked about is getting your legal stuff sorted out in advance. Much easier to do it ahead of time before money is involved. And let me tell you, not a lot of money is involved right now. So, anyways, I started the process of incorporating, so we'll be able to talk about that more later, and I'm kind of excited to share that. The business stuff isn't really why I'm interested in making games, but it is important. And it'll be cool to be like, hey, this is the name of my game studio and all that. My game studio, it's me. Other super productive stuff we had, and I'll just switch to this tab right now. Actually, you know what? Boom. Let's break the fourth wall a bit, because we're going to talk about ground planes. That's convenient. So one of the dilemmas I was having was I started getting art from the artist and putting it into the engine, and I realized I didn't have a decision for how I was going to do a ground plane. I'll try to show you. So in Donkey Kong Country, hopefully this records nicely. So take a look at where Diddy and where that enemy is. We are not at where the ground appears to start. There's an implied 3D space. This is a 2D game, but right under Diddy's feet, that's where the collider plane is. That's where the game's geometry decides that the ground is. And then the art sort of continues above. Okay, that's one way. I don't have Mega Man X installed. I was wasting too much time on that. A different way of going about it is to do something like this. Okay, I have a save state here. So Mega Man's effectively walking on a cross section. Okay. Note there's no implied 3D here, but this is not just because it's an NES game. It's true for all Mega Man games. And if I showed you a Mario game, they're all the same, even the ones on Wii U. You're standing on a cross section. So we had this ambiguity on where do we define the ground plane. What I ended up doing is switching from an orthographic camera, which is what all those games we were looking at are in, to a 3D one with perspective, where objects converge towards a single point on the horizon. And there's lots of implications. Like if you imagine walking past a detail in a room that's generally flat, like let's say a door frame. Let's say a door frame. So you walk past it. With an orthographic camera, you'll only ever see it truly from the side. With 3D, as it's really far ahead of you, you can see like the front of it. And then as you're walking past it, you can see the side. And then as it pans back further, you can see the other side. Like that's actually visible in Mighty Number 9. Yeah, let's do this. Mighty No 9. This should do. I wonder what the legality of this is like. Can we see him walking? See how you can see the surfaces of the walls as he walks past them? This is a 3D camera. So the game was already in 3D, but let's pick a good screen to settle on here. So the game was already in 3D, but I had to make a decision with that. We went the Mighty Number 9 direction. It looked way better. It looked really good. Especially for where the game is. So that's the direction we are going, and we went with, and it's super exciting, and a lot of work was able to get done because that hurdle had been jumped over, and so that's really exciting. And what else? The first piece of music was like tentatively completed for the game. The first draft, the score has been written, and it's a PDF. It's a PDF. People can print it now. So that's super exciting. We have like rough recordings of every song for the game, basically, which is about 15 songs, and some of them have an A and a B version. I won't elaborate any further than that. So we can call it about 25 pieces. And anyway, the first, Raina's theme is done. So that was pretty cool. So that's what's going on in the game. Thanks for your interest. And if you guys are, wanting to support and are able to support financially, then you can become a Patronus and support me that way by going here. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of sorry I bring this up every month. It's a very Canadian thing to say. I've never wanted to do like the like, comment, and subscribe thing at the end of every video. So this is sort of like where I've decided to make the Patreon pitch or whatever. So I know it's also really frustrating if you're somebody who's in a difficult financial situation. I've been there. I know what it's like to to be really tight up against the budget. So I'm not trying to pressure people who don't have the money or don't want to support. This is just if they're, if you didn't know it and this is something you want to do and you like want to support the creative efforts, this is a way you can do that. Honestly, if you can't but still want to support me, just like watching the videos, being company is nice. That Alexander Bruce video I was talking about, it's really interesting if you want to watch it. The Art of Journey is really good too, but this one he gets into, or the movie Indie Game, like half the war is in your mind, man. So all the company and just people who send me messages that are like, oh cool, I like your channel updates. I got one of those today, and it adds up because you'll be working on something for a year and you'll be like, I wonder if everyone will hate this. I kind of assumed they wouldn't, but what if? And any help you can get combating those voices is good, because it's a long haul. Making a game is a really long creative process. So anyway, don't feel that like, oh, Dave only wants money, or I can't give money, therefore I can't help Dave. It's like, honestly, being part of the audience actually helps a lot. It means a lot to me, because I went through the same sort of cycle as starting out as a YouTube guy, and I mean, still do, where you make a video and you're like, I wonder if anyone will like this. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, through Patreon, I'll put the link right there. And either way, have a great day. I'll see you in the next episode.